another edition of Real Talk with Real People. And my guest today is Miss Renee Marshall-McKinley. Hi, Renee.
Hey, Caroline.
How are you?
I'm doing great today.
Good. Renee is a friend of mine, so this is going to be a very casual conversation between friends. Right, Renee?
That's right.
Okay. But I want to tell you a little bit about Renee because I have her here because she is the founder of KISS, which is Keep Yourself Smelling Sweet. So KISS is an award-winning handmade bath, body, hair, and candle company. And
That's
it's
right.
serving the entire family. They use the artisan method, making their products with love, by hand, in small batches, to ensure you have the best premium quality ingredients possible.
That's right.
So Keep Yourself Smelling Sweet, a.k.a. KISS, is founded by Renee Marshall-McKinley, but it is truly a family affair.
Absolutely.
They now offer CBD products and custom T-shirts. So welcome to the show, Miss Marshall.
I'm so excited to be here, Caroline.
I'm excited to have you here. Now, I want everybody to know that you are a good friend of mine.
Yes, I am. We go
I
back.
consider you family.
Yes. We go way back.
How far back do we go?
I'm going to say at least 20, we're just going to say plus years.
Has it been that long? No.
Yeah, I want to say.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. It has been that long.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
When did I meet you?
Well, way back in a former company that we all used to work for, and that's some years ago, and we all was in an organization together. Do I say the name?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Minority Interchange.
Minority Interchange. That's
that was
right.
a mega organization. It was, for us, built for us, by us. We utilized those services, and Caroline and I really, really connected through that organization. I was the chapter chair, and Caroline was like hands-on with everything, and anything that I needed, Caroline was there, and her family was there, and that's why she said we're a family for sure.
We are a family for real. And I like the word family, and you use the family when you're talking about your products too.
Yes.
Let's talk about that because family means a whole lot to me. So how hands-on is your family in this business of yours?
So my family, although I'm the only one who's here that's technically hands-on, they're hands-on in Georgia and Florida and Maryland. So my son does the web developing, my daughter does pictures, my mom, she just promotes everything with her cute little self. I have family members who just help push the company and supported me. And the reason why, KISS is even still going so long is because my aunt, God bless her soul, she's in her, late 60s. Mm-hmm. And when I was talking to her about starting the company, she was like, go ahead, Niecy, I'll help you. Now, what's she going to do in her 60s? But let me tell you something. That lady's a seller.
Okay, first of all, the encouragement is because you know how many people want to start their own business?
Yes.
Do you know how many people fade away because they don't have anyone encouraging them?
Yes, absolutely. And I tell you, I am so grateful for my family, for my children. Even though my husband is not hands-on, he does encourage me to make sure I make sales. I told him today about the podcast, and he was like, well, all right, celebrity. I said, well, thank you so much.
That's right. I got a celebrity in the house.
But it truly is a family affair, and it's not just myself. I could not take any of the credit. It's even my girlfriends from grammar school and high school. It's college friends. It's just friends from all walks of life who I've just met and nurtured those relationships, and they continue to push me. And I got a message today on one of those social medias, and one of my friends said, Renee, oh my God, I see that you call your granddaughter your little CEO. She said, it's because of you are a role model.
Yes.
I said,
Yes,
no, I just do what I'm supposed to do.
No, you are a role model, and I think it's wonderful when you have the little ones that can look up to you.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, that's important. I understand what you're saying because I wouldn't be where I am right now without my daughter.
Yes.
Because Kiana has been my right-hand man from the very beginning.
Yes, I know Key. Oh,
Yes.
sorry, Kiana. I know Key.
You can call her Key. She won't mind.
Look, I've been around Caroline so long. I have short names for everybody here.
That's right. That's right. So I know how important it is.
Yes,
And then to
absolutely.
have your next generations, they're watching you and they're,
Yes.
because now she is watching and seeing this is how it's supposed to be done.
Yes.
Because how many of us actually have the role models? Okay, so we're a little bit behind
Sure.
when it comes to being able to carry on the family name and the
Right.
legacy.
Right,
But
right.
we're all about legacy now.
Right. And let me-
Because we're building a legacy right now.
We're building a legacy. And let me just tell you, my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, as small children, and I didn't know the word entrepreneur as a child.
Right.
She used to make little juleps when we were a child and sell them for like 10 cents. My mother was a hairdresser. She had a full-time job with all of these children, it's 4 of us. But she had a full-time job, but she also did hair. She made wedding dresses. And I didn't know the term entrepreneur because that's not what was taught to
Exactly.
me in school.
Exactly.
That wasn't even the language that was used in my household. But in hindsight, I'm like, oh my God, I was surrounded by all of these entrepreneurs in my family. And for me to walk in their path,
Yes.
it's amazing to me.
And we find, I love how you said that, because we actually were entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Even our mothers before us and their mothers before
Yes.
them.
Yes.
But we didn't know that.
That's right. That's right. That
But now we're coming to a place where now we're understanding.
Yes.
If we didn't have anything, we had to make it.
Yes. That's right.
We had to produce it for ourselves.
Yes. And that was just common practice for us,
Yes.
right? That was just, our parents knew how to cook. They knew how to sew. You had children. You had to stitch this up.
Exactly.
And they just did.
My mother made all our clothes.
Yes.
Like me and my sister, my 2 sisters, we're like stair steps. They
Yes.
call us. We're like a year apart. My mother made our clothes. They thought we were triplets.
Right.
Because my mother made our clothes.
Yes.
And we all had the same outfits.
Yes. Yes. But who would have thought that term entrepreneur now would mean so much?
Exactly.
I mean, they were doing it, didn't know what they were doing. They were
Exactly.
making money. They were earning their keep for their family. But now today, thank God for social media and all the women who are moving it forward for us to know the term entrepreneur. And I call everybody, all my entrepreneurs, e-lifers, because entrepreneurship is not something that you do today and is done.
Exactly.
It is definitely an e-life situation.
That's right.
Definitely. And I love it. I love the people who are sticking around and staying, sticking around and just plugging away, because so many people, they get discouraged and they stop doing what they love. And I go, well, what did you start for
Exactly.
if you're going to just stop?
Exactly.
And if that's not the right first business, start that second business.
Exactly.
That's not the
Reinvent
right second
yourself.
business,
Right.
start that third business.
You got to keep reinventing
That's right.
yourself.
That's right.
Because even if you like the first business and the second business, what I like to tell people all the time, don't define me. Don't put me in a box. Don't
That's right.
say, this is Caroline, she's this.
That's right.
No, I can be this today, but maybe tomorrow I want to be this. Who's to say I can't?
Let me tell you something about Caroline. Caroline, you know how they say there's a jack of all trades? Caroline is a Jackie of all trades.
Hey, I just know that there are lots of things that I like to do.
Yes, and I love that about her, and I love that I learned that early on. So you know how they always say surround yourself with people who you aspire to be like? That's why I'm surrounded by Caroline.
Oh, see, that's why I'm surrounded by Renee.
Yes, yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Because we look at each other and we say we feed off each other.
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
And we encourage one another.
You
and
can
we support
yes,
one another.
because
That's
you
what it's
cannot
about.
grow. What's that church song? I need you to survive. I need you to win to survive so that I can win and survive.
And so we both winning.
And we're both
That's
winning.
right. We both are
It's
winning.
big enough that everybody can win.
Exactly.
Everybody can win. Look, we all got to eat.
Exactly. And we all got something that we can do. And we all got something that we can contribute.
Yes.
I remember when I was a little girl. See, everybody knows that I have this great love for the Bible.
Yes.
I've been studying the Bible since I was 12 years old.
Yes.
I have a great, great love for it. So
Yes.
it seemed natural to me
Yeah.
to fall into that.
That's
thing.
right. That path. Yeah.
That's what I went to school for. I got my degrees, and
Right, right.
that's where I
Yes,
end up. But
yes.
at the same time, there were other things that I enjoyed doing.
Yes.
And for a long time, I said, well, if I do this, I'm not going to be able to do this.
Right.
Because this is what
Everybody else saw you.
everybody,
Yes.
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 Everybody put me in this little box and
Yes.
said, this is where she is.
Right.
This is where she has
Right.
to be. And the thing about it is that I was never really happy because there was so many other things that I wanted to do.
Yes. And that's what's good about entrepreneurship and just being a girl in general, because girls are fearless. If we, we might try something today and it's not feeling right, we're going to say, okay, let me put this right here and let me see about this right there. I might come back to the first thing I started and I may not. And it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It is really
like I said,
okay.
girls are so fearless that they can do 5 jobs at one time.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about us.
So biblically,
Yes.
growing up,
Yes.
I wanted to be the woman of Proverbs 31.
All right now.
Yes.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because this was a woman who, in my opinion, could do it all.
Okay.
She took
That's
care.
you.
She was married. She
That's
took
you.
care of her husband.
Yes.
She took care of her kids.
Yes.
And scripture tells you that she worked with her hands.
Yes.
She made things.
Yes.
She went out to the city and she sold those things. So she was an entrepreneur.
Absolutely right.
She was a mother. She was a wife. And she was an entrepreneur. She went out there and she sold her goods. Right?
Yes. Yes.
She came back and she used it for her family.
Yes. Yes. I tell you something real quick. My daughter... All right, so I used to work in corporate America, still do today. And I started my love job, KISS, and I said, okay, I can't focus on doing this day job anymore. KISS was just consuming my every thought, every single thought. So one day I just said to my husband, okay, today's the day, I'm quitting. And we're just going to leave that right there. And so I quit my job and I started doing KISS 3 years straight, full time, every day, got up. And the one thing about entrepreneurship, it's not a 9 to 5.
No.
It's a 9 to 9 to 9 to 9 to 9.
You got that right.
Yes. But my daughter said to me 2 years back, Mom, I think I got to tell you something. I said, okay, well, what's going on? She's my little bestie. I said, what's going on, Jocelyn? She goes, well, I'm getting married. I said, oh, okay, well, congratulations. She said, yeah, I'm going to need a little help. I said, okay, well, what kind of help you need now? At this point, we done paid for college tuitions. We done paid for cars. Now, we have 2 children, Rangela and Jocelyn. And we took care of all those things. So I was like, well, what kind of help you need? You need me to pay for the wedding? She's like, oh, if you can contribute. So that made me go back to corporate America.
Yeah.
But however, because I love KISS so much, corporate America, 9 to 5, I shut it down. I am in that kitchen or in that hustling somewhere or teaching a workshop, or you can do all those things. You can be a wife, you can be a mom, a grandmother, a bestie girlfriend, godmother, and still do what you love.
And
get out there and meet the people and sell your wares and talk to people and teach people. You can do all those things.
You sure can.
Look, we're jugglers.
Exactly. Exactly. So when I was home and I was a mother taking care of my kids because I was home with them, I wrote a book. Because I needed something to do with myself, right?
I admire you so much for that.
The time permitted me to do
that.
The time permitted me to do that then, right? And then my love for the theater, so I wrote a play.
Uh-huh.
And I put on the play,
yes, right? Of which I've gotten several of her books and attended those plays.
Exactly. So my point is that wherever you are in that time, you can still use that time to be productive.
Absolutely. You start where you stand.
Exactly.
Don't procrastinate. If it's something burning inside you, get up, do it.
Exactly.
Why wait? Who are you waiting for?
And that's what I admire about you. Because it was like you were like full speed ahead. Full speed ahead.
No stopping.
No stopping.
Even today, no stopping.
Exactly. So let me ask you. So what motivated you? You woke up one day and you said, I want to do this. What motivated you? What brought you to this?
Such a funny story. So I've always been an entrepreneur. I used to have a gift basket company. I used to sell T-shirts on my back, sell advertisement on my back through one of my companies. I just love companies. I'm a serial entrepreneur. But this particular business started 7 years ago.
Okay.
Wow, 7 years ago. All right, Kiss. So what happened was I was buying a nice bar of soap from a local vendor.
Okay.
One day in the shower, and I was like, man, this, it smells good, it feels good. And I was like, dog, somebody made this. And I said, I wonder if I can make this. And that's what started it, just to being in the shower, using the product and saying, I wonder if. Not, oh my God, this is too hard. Somebody else made it. I probably can't do it. That's always the thing about me. I go, I wonder if.
Right.
And then I take that if and keep going.
Right.
So it was that I wonder if I can do it that got me started. So the whole business started because I wanted to make a bar soap. I was intimidated by a bar soap once I started doing my research because it involves, a whole chemical process. And I brought all the items that I needed after I did my little research on the internet. And I was like, oh my God, I'm scared. Mm-hmm. I'm scared to use all these chemical products.
Right.
So I started making other things inside of the bath and body realm. I was making massage oils because those were the easier things. Right. Then one day I just said, oh God, okay. I said I wanted to start this company because of soap. I haven't even made soap yet. Now this was almost a year in. I said, okay, today. And it was just like that. Just today, mm-hmm. I'm going to get up, mm-hmm. go to the kitchen and figure this out.
Right.
Got in there. I was so scared. There was nobody home with me. Thank God. There's nobody home because, when you're using those chemicals, you want to make sure that you're focused on what it is that you're doing.
Exactly.
So nobody was home. And if I failed, I would have failed while nobody was watching.
Okay. Okay.
So, but as it turned out, it was good.
Okay.
It was good. Praying along the way because I said, God, I don't know what I'm doing. You got to help this sister out. You said, if you ask me, I'm going to show you how to do it. Uh-huh. And it started from there. I learned how to make soap.
My favorite quotes of the Bible is, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. There you go. We just need to ask.
Yes, just ask. And I tell you, on my products, my labeling, it does have "To God be the glory" on there. So people don't even know what they're using, right? Mm-hmm. They don't know. They're getting their little spiritual juice, but don't even know that they have it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it starts with a mindset.
Absolutely right.
So it's a mindset. I have this poster in my bathroom.
Yeah.
Right, and it says, "You see things and you say, why not?
Why not?
But I dream things and say, why not?"
That's right.
No, I got that wrong. You see things and you say, why?
Right.
But I dream things and I say, why not?
Wow.
So already in your mindset, you were saying, why can't I do this? Okay, why can't I do it?
I could do this. And from there, why can I not do this? Which turned into I can do this, which also led to I can teach somebody else to do this.
Exactly. Because as we learn, we teach. Each one teach one.
That's
we go
right.
Right back to that African proverb.
That's right.
Right. Each
Absolutely.
One teach one.
Absolutely.
Because if we continue to share.
Yes. Everybody eats.
Everybody eats. See, I like that.
Yes. Everybody eats. And my thing is this. It's enough.
It is enough.
It's enough. I don't have to have $50 billion and my sister doesn't have $1.
Exactly.
That's not fair.
And also, too, this is the thing that we forget. And I'm glad that you just said it.
Yeah.
It's enough.
It's enough.
We don't have to overindulge. And there's no reason why we have to keep somebody else from.
That's right.
Their successes.
Because gluttony is a sin, first of all.
I don't get me started because I love to use biblical verses to get my
Let's
point.
bring it in. Look, this is a preacher's kid. Let's bring it in.
Because one of my greatest stories in the Bible is the Exodus story.
Yeah.
When they found themselves in the wilderness and God provided.
Yes.
Every single day there was the manna that was on the ground.
It was coming up.
And what did he say? Only take what you need.
What you need.
And my mother told me that story. My mother was a great person because she read us those stories when we were little, and they always resonated with me. To this day, I always tell myself, only take what you need.
I tell you.
Only take what you need.
That goes with everything, even in health. So this year I started on the health journey. We talked about this last year.
Yes.
I said, okay, I needed to lose a little weight. I felt myself getting a little heavy. Because I only eat what I need to survive, Sister Girl was able to take off 25 pounds.
See, there is something to that.
It is.
There's something really to that.
Yes, it really is.
You don't have to be a glutton. You don't have to try to take from other people.
Right. That's right.
You can take what you need.
That's it.
Don't be concerned. Why are we concerned about something that's going to happen 10 years from now? 10 years wasn't promised you nothing.
That's right.
But as we go We take and use only what we need.
That's right.
We're raping the world.
The resources.
The resources. We're cutting down trees we don't need. We're using vital things that we're wasting.
And
because we're taking
too
and
much.
taking and taking.
And for what?
For what?
For what? You can only be so rich. You can only spend so much money.
You can only have, you know what? You can only have so much, period. You know, when I hear these stories about these really super rich people and they're leaving their money to cats and dogs and
what is that?
And you know, it's like they got billions of dollars that they know that they won't even be able to spend in this lifetime.
What is that?
And we got people who are starving.
Yes.
We got people who don't know where their next meal is coming from or where
basic
they're gonna lay
needs.
their head down.
Their basic needs.
Exactly.
Where's that coming from? And you know, I started way back when I was in MI collecting toiletries that we didn't use. We, you know, MI, we used to go to conferences and people used to leave their toiletries there. You know, the room was paid for and I used to be like, you know, hey, if you're going somewhere out of town or something, bring those toiletries back to me because I used to then pay it forward, give it to the Y.
Yes.
Do you know I still do that now?
And I do that too.
Yes. I have my company, my current company. Anytime anybody goes anywhere, they Renee, here's your bag.
Yes.
I mean, now they're automatically doing it. No matter where they're going.
There are so many people who don't have.
Yes, yes.
So I love that mindset in you. So I'm gonna applaud you for that mindset.
Thanks,
and you have always been that person to me. Like I said, I've known you for over 20 years, and I have never known you to be nothing else but who you are right now.
Thanks
you have
so
always
much.
been down to earth.
Yeah.
You've always been a giver.
Yeah.
You give of your time.
Yes.
You give of your resources. You give of your
try,
knowledge.
I try.
And I love that about you.
Thank you. I try. You know, people have given to me abundantly.
Yes.
So because they have given to me, I have to give back.
Pay it forward.
It just, there's no other way.
There is no other way.
There's no
So
other
tell
way.
us a little bit about your products. What do you have? What can we look forward to?
Let me just tell you about all the yumminess in our company.
Yes.
So again, our company is called Keep Yourself Smelling Sweet. We can be found on the web at www.mykyss.com.
All right.
So we have such yummies as massage oils. We have roll-on perfumes. We have organic body wash. We have soy candles. Everything that we use with intention. Okay. Even some of the candles we make, we're doing chakra candles right now, and we're doing chakra bath bombs. So everything is intentional. Like I said, we use ingredients that are locally sourced for the most part. We use natural ingredients. We use organic ingredients. And it's just a great product. What's amazing for me is, you know, our reach. Our reach is really, really growing. This time last year, I was doing an event in Maryland, and I got a text message from somebody that said, hey, I just saw that you were in the Essence magazine. Mm-hmm. I didn't apply to be in Essence magazine.
Wow.
And it was around my birthday time. And I go, I'm sorry, what?
Like, bring that back again?
Yes. And I got this message right before I was heading out to do an event. And I was like, I couldn't even imagine it because, one, I didn't pitch Essence.
Right.
Two, somebody who did not know me at all said that they saw me in Essence. Right. And I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. So I sent everybody out looking for this magazine. Nobody could find the magazine.
Okay, well, you can look it up online.
Yes. Well, now, we have several copies. You know, my parents and everybody, they all have copies. Mm-hmm. So we've been found in Essence magazine. We're in a couple of different states. We're in pop-up shops. We're in brick and mortars. We're in mobile boutiques. And again, we're online. We do pop-ups all the time. We teach workshops. And for all ages, you know, I do workshops for children. You know, we've been hired out to go to Georgia and Florida to teach seniors and teach children, and I just love it so much. So we have all the yummies for the family. We even just recently started doing products that have CBD oil inside.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because you know that I have a little bit of arthritis.
Yeah.
So you know that I'm constantly trying to figure out ways to manage this pain without medication.
Naturally, yes.
And I read up on CBD oil, so I actually tried it, and I love it.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that you are using it. So
yes.
Let me ask you, are you using it as just an oil, or are you putting it in your products?
So both, actually.
Okay.
So I use it as a tincture, so you can just drop it underneath your
Right.
tongue. You can put it in, your beverage or any food that you're drinking or eating. But I also made it into a rub-on cream.
Okay.
So, and the reason I did that, and that's how I started first, because I was having a pain in my knee.
Right.
And I was like, okay, Lord, CBD is out there now. Let me go invest to gate and see what's happening. And so I made a nice little pain cream, and I love it. And it's selling so well. And I'm grateful for that, because people buy because they trust you.
Yes.
And so, I always let people try it on and try it out. And if you love it, give me a call. I do local deliveries.
I know you do.
But it's amazing what CBD oil can
Yes.
can do. It has so many benefits. People just have to have a little bit of an open mind. They're thinking that all CBD has the psychotropic properties inside, and it does not.
Right,
It does not.
right.
It's not all, it doesn't all have the THC inside.
right,
There's some that don't and some that do. So just do your research whenever you're, looking to do any purchasing of CBD products.
Right.
Yeah. So, and also like I said, I make it for that. I was thinking about putting it inside of a lip butter. Somebody has been approaching me. Renee, could you put in some lip balm? I'm like, oh God, you know how much that lip balm is going to cost you.
What's the purpose for the lip balm, though?
You
for
just
chapped lips,
lips, right.
Okay.
But however, CBD oil, as long as it gets absorbed into your
your skin,
so
right.
we want to do things with the wellness intention in mind. So that's where our company is definitely headed and going, and it has always been. That's why we try to use natural and
Right.
and those type of ingredients in our company.
So health and wellness is really
Yes, and also beauty, right? Because people buy because they want to feel and look good.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
So that's another one of the reasons why I started Kiss, because fragrances trigger memories.
okay.
Some are absolutely amazing. Some make you cry. Some make you laugh. And that's what fragrances does. It makes you remember your grandfather, who
Okay.
may not be here anymore, or remember like your first kiss. I remember he had on this fragrance. So that was another reason why I started Keep Yourself Smelling Sweet, because I loved putting the fragrances together and blending, and you just never know what you're going to create.
Wow, you're a chemist too now.
You know what? And I didn't even sign up for that.
But you didn't have to sign up
I
for
didn't
it.
have to. That was my assignment.
Exactly.
See?
You didn't have to sign
I didn't
up
have to
for
sign
it.
up.
No.
And it's so funny, even the name of our company. So I circle back to family business. So I love the acronym KISS, KISS. And I was like, oh man, we're gonna name our company Keep It Smelling Sweet. And I was like, oh Lord, people are gonna be like, what's the itch you trying to keep smelling sweet?
Right.
And it was the funniest thing when I realized, that's what the it was gonna be. So I'm talking to my mom, talking to my daughter, and I was like, okay guys, we got to come up with something. Jocelyn had just gotten out of college. She was like, Mom, why don't you make it a Y? I still didn't put it together. I was like, why what? What could it be? What could the Y be? She was like, yourself. I said, that's it. I said, Mom, what do you think? She said, girl, we got a winner.
That's why it's a family. That's
Look,
a family.
girl, we got a winner. I said, okay. And the rest,
everybody's input.
the rest is
That's
history. When I say everybody's involved, my mom, my daughter, my son, his wife, my grandchildren are testers. My grandson that's in Maryland, he loves our bath bombs.
Okay.
He told his mommy, can you tell Nona to make sure she makes some more of those spice bombs because I'm out. He's 3.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me. First of all, you rename a product.
Spice balls.
Spice, yeah, his
Now
spice
you gotta
bombs.
make
His spice bombs.
Spice bombs.
Yes.
Now you have to make something
Yeah.
with that name.
Yes. And I tell
So
you.
maybe you could make it like cinnamon-y.
Yeah, but the funny thing about cinnamon.
Yeah, what's the funny thing about
Look,
cinnamon?
cinnamon is a little strong for your skin. So sometimes it is a little spicy.
Yeah, you know what? That's why I mentioned cinnamon, because I
Yes.
know it's spicy.
Yes.
But you have to be really, really careful when you're using essential oils, right?
Essential oils, absolutely. So I'm glad you brought that up. So even as I teach my classes, I have a soap making class coming up in the end of the month in Montclair, and she wanted to do an essential oil, holistic workshop. And I was like, sure, amazing, but everybody has to know that they have to respect products. All the products that you use has to be respect, right? You can use just about anything you want to. Even I have a class where I teach moms how to use their breast milk to make soap. So everything that you use, has to be respected. So essential oils, you cannot put them directly on your skin because it's the essence of the particular item. So it's very, very strong. You have to put it inside of a carrier oil. So that's how our massage oils are made.
Okay. Can you explain to our listeners who may not know what a carrier oil is?
So a carrier oil is any vegetable oil, like a coconut oil, an olive oil, you can even put it, shea butter or avocado oil, any light oil that can absorb some of the shock that is from essential oils. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, it's very important that we know all this information.
Yeah. There are 2-3 that you can actually use very, very in small amounts on your skin, which is lavender, tea tree oil, and chamomile, but in a very, very small quantity. And I don't usually tell people that because you don't want them to overdo it and say, oh, well, this is a little bit. Everybody's little bit is a little different than you. Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, is there any health risk to using it straight?
Yeah, you could potentially burn your skin.
Okay.
Topically, you could burn your skin. Some things you can't use essential oils and go directly into the sun.
Okay.
Children, some things are toxic to children. Some essential oils are toxic to pets. So some essential oils, people should not even use in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah. In all things, even if you're dieting or trying something new, in all things, do your research.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, because we want to make sure that we're giving the information.
Absolutely.
So what advice do you give a young person or an older person, such as myself? What advice do you have for following your dreams, to follow through on it? And we all have different things that we like to do. So what is your advice to someone who is saying, they'll say to you, I really want to do this, but I don't see nobody else doing this, and I don't know if I can do this. What kind of advice will you give?
First of all, that's the kind of person I love, because you don't know what mistakes you're making, right? So when I started this company, I had no idea about essential oils or no idea about lye. But you do your research. If you cannot think about anything else, that means you're in the place where you're supposed to be. You do your homework. You surround yourself with people who are in a similar situation. And if there's somebody who's not in that situation, you be that trendsetter, right? You go out there and decide for yourself what you want to be. You don't want to be a carbon copy of somebody else, right?
Right.
You want to decide what your business is going to look like. But for those of you who want to be a similar, keep yourself smelling sweet, I'm always available. And my advice to anybody is start. That's number one. Start. Don't delay, because that next person behind you is going to start and they're going to be in front of you.
Right.
I'm not saying compare yourself with anybody, because the only competition is yourself. But if you know that your friend wants to do the same type business and then you see her starting, you're still just thinking, you're going to be upset with yourself. If you have an idea, write it down, take action, even if it's just a small action. Get your name, say what my name is going to be. Define what your company, what you think your company is going to look like, feel like, who you're going to talk to in terms of who you want to sell your products to. My advice, first of all, is don't pitch your family. Family is going to love you and show different type of support.
Yes.
If you're looking for them to spend all $8 with you, don't be discouraged, because that's not their role, right? That's not their role. You want to put together a stellar package, stellar product that people who you don't know will listen to your story, believe your story, and want to invest in you. But you got to invest in yourself first by having courage. Got to have courage.
Right.
Everybody's going to be scared. Lord knows I'm scared every day. Look, I'm over here talking to Caroline, and I was like trying to hype myself up. Okay, now Caroline's going to do this, and I'm doing this for her, and I want to do it right for her,
Really, Renee?
Caroline, look, MI has taught us to do our best.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
No matter whether we sister girls.
That's right.
It does not matter.
That's right. We do good work, right?
We have to do, yes.
To do
That's
good work.
right.
That's
right.
That's right.
So it doesn't matter. I want to always give the best that I can.
That's right.
And anytime somebody say, "Oh, Renee, you're doing a good job," and I always say, "Thank you. I'm just doing my very best."
That's right.
And when you're starting a business, just do your very best. Do the very best that you know how. Once you come to a wall where you can't do your very best, that's when you start doing some additional research. You start seeking out the people who you want to be like. See what they're doing.
Right.
See who they're talking to. See where they're showing up. See who's in their circle. See who you know that's in a similar situation that they're in. Everything's not going to be perfect. Lord knows I wake up some days and say, "Oh."
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, and we're going to segue into that.
Yes.
Waiting for things to be perfect. As you were walking through my door, what did I say to you? I said, I have been waiting for the right space in time.
Right.
Until my husband said to me, well, you can keep on waiting if you want to, or you can just
tell her, Al,
carve yourself out some space for yourself.
Let me tell you something.
And he taught me that.
Yes.
He taught me, just carve out a little bit of space for yourself.
That's
what it reminds me of? When I was a little girl, everybody knows the Cinderella story, right?
Yes.
Everybody knows the story. But there's this one, when I was a little girl, I remember this one scene. It was when Cinderella was all by herself, and she was in her little corner, and she sang that little song.
Okay, yes, yes,
in my own little corner, in my own little chair.
That's it.
I could be whatever I want to be.
That's it.
I just needed to carve out my own little corner.
That's it.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
We need to stop trying to wait until all of the conditions are perfect, because they may not ever be perfect. And what is perfect? What is a perfect condition, right?
Perfect. You're never going to get as much money as you're never going to have as much money as you think you need to have to start.
Right.
You're never going to have the right time off of your job. You're never going to have the right car to do what it is that you want to do. You're never going to have it's never going to be, you're never. Maybe further down along the line, it will be a better situation.
Right.
There's no perfect situations ever. Start from where you are. If you start small, if you have to start small, that's fine. That's fine.
Because at least you started.
You started. My thing, what's the Nike say? Just do it.
Just do it.
My girlfriends will tell you, I tell them just do it just about every day. If somebody come to me and tell me, Renee, I want to do this. Okay, what do we got to do? Let's do it.
Right.
Let's write it down. And I always tell them, let's write it down. So we see what it looks like.
Yes.
And we see where we could put it, fill in the gaps. Or do I know somebody who might know something that could help me with this piece of it? I don't know everything.
Right.
Lord knows I don't know everything. And for me, that's good and bad. It's good that I don't know everything, because when I make a mistake, it's like, oh, okay, it won't be that devastating to me.
Right.
Like, oh, all right, well, that one didn't work. Let me try something else. As opposed to, oh, God, yeah, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
Well, that
But you
one
learn
didn't
from
work.
your mistakes, right?
Always. All the time.
So you're not going to do that again. Now, you might make another mistake, but it won't be that one.
It won't be that one.
Because you're taking notes as you go along.
Absolutely. And I'm a note taker. I use my phone. I use my phone to take notes. You have to use whatever resources you have too. So if you have a smartphone and you get an idea, use a notepad or use your calendaring system.
Right.
Write it down. If you're at home and an idea pop in your head, use the voice recorder. Use whatever you have. Don't go out there buying all this fancy stuff to get started. You don't have that kind of resources. If you do, that's amazing. If you don't, you don't need it. You build upon as you get it. That's it.
Yeah. And one more thing.
Yeah.
We're talking about resources, so let's talk about resources. What do you say to a person who say, I don't have any money, so how am I supposed to get started with a business?
There's so many free things out there.
Okay.
There's so many free things. Like, okay, say if you want to be an advertisement, there's Canva out there that's on your telephone. You can download it and use it for free. There's MailChimp. If you're trying to start a newsletter, you can use that for free. There's so many free resources out there. There's bartering. If you know of your friend who's doing something, a business, maybe they have a space. you talk to your friend, can I use this space in the morning when you're not using it? And I'll make sure that I clean up everything, for you, or you make it happen. Mm-hmm. If you need to save a little longer, then that's what you do. If you don't quit your day job, look, don't quit your day, because your day job pays for your love job.
Yes, I tell people that all the time.
Yes.
I go to work so I can do what I love.
That's right. I mean, if you can, if you're in that position to quit your day job, that's perfect. But if you're not in that position, don't quit your day job, because that's what's going to get you through your love job, through those lean times.
Yes.
And we get lean times. It's not always, oh my God, I'm making $12,000 today. It's not always that. If you get one sale today and you're like, oh yes, thank you, Lord. Okay, somebody came through. And it gets, you have those days, but you have to stay encouraged and believe that your product is the best product that's out there, and that you're going to continue to make those sales.
So there you have it. I am talking to Miss Renee Marshall-McKinley of KISS. All of these products are available on the web, www.keepyourselfsmellingsweet.com. My name is Dr. Caroline Bethea-Jones, and you've been listening to Real Talk with Real People. Thank you for joining us.